Welcome to Chatty Sparkly Runners. This is a special, Know Your Own Pace special. And last week we talked about being feeling based and knowing your paces.
Yeah, we talked about training smart, didn't we?
Yeah, training smart
And
and
the two things that you can blend together.
knowing your pace and knowing when you're recovered. And so I thought it would be a really good time to go through what the paces are and how we describe them in Chatty Sparkly Runners. I'm going to do two programs. I'm going to do a practical one now, and then I'm going to do a more...
You're not getting me running again, are you?
No, not today. I'm going to do...
I just had my lunch.
I'm going to do a technical one, going through a bit more of the physiology of it, for people that want a bit more detail about why the training paces.
So we're going to talk about the different paces, aren't we?
Yeah, we're not going to do
remind
that.
people.
We've come back to the beach.
Yeah, back to the beach.
Back to the
our
beach.
local beach.
Our local beach. Hopefully there's not tidal wave coming down the river. If there is, anyway, there we go. So what are your training paces then? And an interesting thing to do is to get a group of runners together and say, how slow does it have to be to have no training effect on them whatsoever? You know, like you can go stay at home. And so and I did this with a group in the week, and some of them went really slowly off and some of them stayed still. And then I said, that's really interesting, standing still. They said, well, anything we do, any exercise we do is going to be benefit to us. So if any exercise is beneficial, then obviously a nice gentle chatty run is going to be really beneficial to you. So we've gone through that. We don't need to spend a lot of time on chatty running, but chatty running is talking comfortably in full sentences. And you can do it for a long amount of time. What do you think beginners think? Do they tend to think it's a bit too easy?
I think beginners often expect that when they come into a session they're going to have to push themselves and it's going to be hard work and they're going to be out of breath.
Yeah, but they soon learn.
But they soon learn that
Okay.
running doesn't have to be like that.
No, and in fact it's much more beneficial.
It's much better for you if you can take it very, very gently.
Talk comfortably in full sentences. There is a tendency, just for me and other people I've talked to speed up a bit.
We mentioned that last
we
week.
keep yourself in check.
Think,
so the speed.
It's a tendency for everybody, I think.
Yeah, I think
once
so.
you've been running for quite a while, to think, yes, I'm running chatty, but then as the run progresses, I feel good. Feel a bit, nice.
And that brings us
you get faster without realising.
Yeah, that brings us to the next pace, and the next pace is what we call breathy, or the youngsters call cruise pace, because it feels a really nice pace to run at, and it's, as we said in previous episodes, it's where you can just talk in full sentences, but you have to have a little breath at the end, and we can hear that breath at the end, whereas if they're running chatty you can't hear them breathing at all. It's almost as if they're breathing normally.
And that, for me, with a walk to run group, that's what I have to teach and get the runners to be aware of the difference between breathy and chatty.
Yeah, so you go to breathy to teach them.
Yeah,
they don't need to go there.
And show the difference.
Yes.
Because you can think that's chatty, because you can still speak in a full sentence, you think I'm still chatty, but it's not quite comfortable enough.
No, you're just having just that little bit of a breath. But for me and lots of other people, you seem to be running much more fluently when you're running breathy.
Yeah, that's why
and it feels good, and
isn't
you're
it?
probably running a little bit more efficiently when you're running cruising breathy than if you're not. But so a really good question then is it beneficial to go a little bit faster? And the answer is no, it isn't. It's no more beneficial to you to cruise than it is to go chatty.
Just
so
because
you don't
it feels
get,
good doesn't mean to say it's of any more benefit.
To your body doesn't really know the difference. In fact, it's the amount you do, not how quick you go, that's important. And so staying chatty and doing more is going to be much more beneficial. If you go breathy and it makes you tired and you don't do as much, then it isn't.
No, because you won't be able to do the run. And if you try, that's when people start to, struggle, don't they?
But
so
you do
learn to run breathy and try and do more runs. They're not recovering.
No, and that. But that's okay. I mean, they've just got to learn their lesson and come back. So what is really a useful thing to do is to put a bit of both into the week. So if you're running 5 times a week, four chatty and 1 breathy.
Once you're up to 5 times a week and you've been running for quite a while,
then you can do one of the, and you put that variation into your week. And if one of them is a chatty sparkly fartlek run, you're beginning to get a lovely variation of speed in your week, which is what we're really after. We're after that variation.
Which is what I put into my little chatty sparkly track sessions.
Yeah, jogging. A couple of just chatty runs.
Walking.
A bit of one where you're running chatty, but you'll put 15 minutes breathy in, and you might bring that
As
up.
much as that, but
yeah.
little bits. Mix up the paces.
Yeah, we can go 40. The more experienced ones can do 40 minutes breathy. So what about the next pace up?
Okay, so,
So
we've got
the
chatty,
next-
breathy, next
So
one
the
up
next
is-
pace up is what I call your 1 hour competition pace, and it's the speed, it's what it says on the tin, it's the speed that you're able to run at in a race for an hour. So if you can just do 10k in an hour, it's your 10k, your 10k pace.
That's if you can do it in an hour.
Yeah, if you can't, then it's obviously
Yeah, so there
bit
must be a
slower.
feeling-based
Yeah.
name for that
Okay,
pace,
so the-
'cause it makes much more sense if
yeah.
there is.
So it's part sentence pace.
Yeah.
So part sentence pace, I always say it takes you twice as long to have the conversation, but you can still have the conversation. So you'll be running, and then you have to take a breath, but then you can just about talk again, and that is your 1 hour competition pace. There's lots of other names for
So
it.
it's a pace once you're reasonably fit that you can keep going for an hour then.
Yes, but it's going to make you tired
But
after
it's
an
gonna
hour.
make you really
It's
tired,
yeah,
yeah.
and it's the pace where you start to produce lactate, and body can use it as a fuel. It doesn't get any quicker, but I'll go through that in a more technical run. So is it any value of doing that pace? I don't really think there is any value of running that pace. I think if you're going to run faster, run 5k pace, run
Okay.
faster.
So you would actually challenge a lot of other training plans that would
That say-
put that pace.
Yeah,
Do they call that tempo?
tempo.
pace?
And there's another
Yeah.
reason is that people do a tempo run and they don't do their 1 hour competition pace. They
Yeah.
go too fast, they do their 5k.
Tempo runs are very tricky to get right, aren't
yeah,
they?
you
Yeah.
people tend to go too fast. And then above that, of course, it's then your pace is your race pace thing. So 10k pace, 5k pace, your fastest mile pace. But then that's really getting huffy puffy and legs getting tired, and you don't
And
you
you've got to
want.
be quite fit to
if
get
you-
to,
yeah.
to maximise those paces.
And one of the things is that if you do a lovely base of chatty running, you'll recover much quicker, so that when you do the faster running in that little part of the year, you'll be able to do more and you'll recover quicker.
Yeah.
So
Which
you're-
we've covered that, haven't
yeah,
we?
but you're-
quite recently.
The people that have just started to walk to run, they're not going anywhere near that.
No,
You can run
we-
for 2 years and you wouldn't
Yeah,
need to
just
go there.
staying chatty.
Yeah.
Chatty and sparkly is all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're a bit more experienced, you can dip into breathy, and when you're really
Move up the
experienced,
speeds.
you can do a little bit of fast.
There is, of
running.
course, one speed that is really fun and
Yeah.
which is really, really fast that we haven't managed to talk about, and that is your very top speed, which is much, much faster than your 5k pace, and that's your sparkly
Yeah.
pace.
We have mentioned it.
Those 10-second bursts that you would do, that using the stored energy in your muscles, that's fantastic.
And,
Because use
and
them anytime.
anybody, once you've started running, I don't put my sparkles in at the beginning of the walk to run program, but by the end, we're sparkling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have
Yeah, go on then.
slower than chatty,
Super chatty.
super chatty. Someone thought super chatty was faster. It's
Super
not.
chatty.
Super
About
chatty.
as slow as you can go.
Yeah.
But it's the warm up pace. isn't it?
Chatty, breathy, part sentence pace,
Yeah.
faster than part sentence pace. What I'm going to call huffy puffy, but it's like
Yeah.
you see some
Don't go
people.
there.
And then finally the sparkly pace. Most people, in your opinion, do they go the right pace?
I don't know.
Most
I
people,
mean, you
I
tell
think.
us. Do you think you go the right pace?
I
now
think-
you've listened to all those descriptions.
Yeah.
Are you running chatty when you're meant to be?
I
chatty?
think most people run one pace quicker than they think they're running, but that's
I think
we'll see what
yeah.
people say.
Yeah, it's because you've done it and I've done it.
Yeah, we all
and
do
it's
it.
taken us a long time to get
Yeah,
the hang
yeah.
of it. So
But
yeah,
when
I
you
would
see the
think so.
benefit of going the right pace
Yeah.
and keeping most of your runs chatty, and you improve, you know, if the speed of your slow runs improves, the speed of your fast runs are improved. And
So
I'm
if-
quite excited because I'm doing a 5k tomorrow. And
Oh, are you? Tomorrow?
my chatty speed's improved, and I think my 5k speed will subsequently have improved without doing any
test,
faster
won't it?
running. Yeah.
So it's worth people just bearing in mind that am I running one pace too fast?
Yeah.
Check in.
And
see
then
if
we
you
see.
are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good,
give
good,
it a
good.
try.
Okay.
Don't forget to visit our website and the YouTube channel where all the videos are.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, if you subscribe for us and press the bell icon, that's...
You've just been dying to say that
I
again,
know,
haven't
I
you?
love saying that.
Okay, and we will.
And you can share from the page, but not from the group because it's a private group. But if you would want to
join the
share
group.
this, if you want to share this with anybody or your group that you're running with, go to our page and you can share it from our page.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
And
good.
we shall see you all next week.
And I'm going to do a technical one now. That's going to make you grumpy.
Where's
because
this
I'm going to.
technical? I don't like technical.
I know, it's going to make you grumpy, but I'm going to do one. But you don't have to watch it if you don't want to.
So there
It's
will be
just
two versions of this, will there?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay then. See
Bye.
you next week.